Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Better Than Paradise Season 2. I am your host and game master, Cactus Rose Amber. Before we get going, I'm using this opportunity to do a sound check, as well as inform you of some known things. To play this campaign, we use the Tales from the Loop tabletop system. This means that the world is dangerous, but the kids will not die. They can be hurt, locked up, mocked, displaced, robbed, or brokenhearted, but they cannot die in this game. Better Than Paradise is also strongly inspired by the Blackout Club by Question Games. The Blackout Club is described with, while there is no excessive violence or gore in this game, there are scenes of blood and evidence of crime, such as kidnapping and murder. It should be noted that the player characters and their allies are teenagers. If you wish to know more information, you can find out on our website, betterthanparadise.card.co. We also have a Twitter, a TikTok, and a couple other things, maybe even the Discord. But now, let us tell a story about some teenagers. 1 second, I'm just gonna flip screens here for y'all, so you can see this beautiful work that people did and shit. By the way, the internet can hear you all now. Behave.
Hi.
Hello, Internet.
So, alright. Haven Hill is a small town in the radio quiet zone. Everyone knows everyone. And everyone you know is currently in school. The weekend was quite chaotic, between running around, between finding out weird instances with voices inside your head, exchanging cell phone numbers with people you didn't really want to talk to, let's be honest. And honestly, there's been this whole thing with science class has been weird. Nobody had biology today. There wasn't even a substitute teacher. Just people would sit in class, wait the unspoken rule of 15 minutes, and when a teacher wouldn't show up, you guys would head to the library or to a place where somebody can quote-unquote supervise you, because that's what you do, right? And as you all sit there, hang out, do whatever it is that you do in your downtime, some of you happen to get a radio broadcast.
Hello, Havenhill. Dan Davis here with some breaking, yet unfortunate, news. The body of Havenhill resident Declan Gallagher, age 43, was found behind Harmony High School yesterday after the Emergency Communications Center received a call. It is believed the homicide occurred late in the evening on Friday. His car was found nearby in the Harmony High parking lot with keys in the ignition. Gallagher's body was transported to the office of the chief medical examiner. It is reported that Gallagher received trauma to his upper body, with the final cause of death being ruled a heart attack. Detectives from the Major Crimes Division are investigating this as a homicide. If you have any information about this homicide, or if you were in the area Friday evening and observed suspicious activity, please call the Major Crimes Division. For those who are a little shy, but still want to aid in the quest for justice, Crime Solvers of Havenhill is offering a reward of up to $1,000 for information that leads to the arrest of the suspect. Anonymous tipsters can call Crime Solvers of Havenhill toll-free or submit a tip online. Until next crime, I'm Dan Davis from Havenhill News.
So we just found a dead body behind school.
Not only is it a dead body, it's the dead body of your biology teacher. It's a dead body of Lord should have a very, very big idea on who this person is.
She is stunned. She is stunned.
It's your fault. It was the car battery.
There was like a lot of guilt now about that.
Yeah, Mr. Gallagher is dead. And it seems like nobody really knows how to process this. Like not even the school seems like to know what to do. They didn't bother sending anybody home yet. Out You're not even sure the administration even knows just yet that Gallagher's dead. Like no one, like what do you do? Like your teacher died, and Lore, as far as you know, you might have indirectly had a hand in that.
I would say that.
Why are you telling me not to say that? What?
It's the guilt.
His
Well,
keys were in the ignition.
consequences?
Like,
Consequences for your actions?
Laura is awfully quiet. But is this after class or is this during?
Technically, this is like near the end of the day. Like everybody has been commenting on biology being weirdly like absent, like Mr. Gallagher not being there, but also the fact that the school hadn't done anything. Like everyone's like, this is just weird. And now the news has come out that Mr. Gallagher died Friday.
I was gonna say if they're like in the halls, Lauren, if like she saw like Logan, she would just like go straight for Logan, like, what the fuck?
This is in the hallways, yes?
Yes. No shame.
Logan would not be happy with this, for starters, with being approached in the hallway, period, and would probably turn to Lore like, what do you mean, what the fuck?
Did you not hear about our biology teacher?
Well, yeah, I heard about it, but why are you talking to me about it?
I don't know, because you're the closest person that I kind of know.
Logan gives her like a kind of look.
Don't look at me like that.
Not that you meant closest, like in physical proximity.
Oh god.
Logan would actually kind of lower her voice a little bit and say, Paul, let's figure out somewhere else to talk about it with the others, okay? Not here.
Why are you embarrassed to be seen with me?
Logan gives her like this sort of, what's the word? Not a sneer, but another slightly disgusted look. Do I really need to answer that?
No, I guess you don't. Fine.
And with that, she would
find...
turn away.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, let's text the others. See who we
Logan's
can get
already
grouped
walking
up.
away.
Oh my god. Come on. Well, Lore would text to see who could meet up.
Okay, do you text using the giant group chat, or would you text your immediate chat? Like the group that Avery had assigned you.
HQ assigned support group.
Yeah, HQ assigned support group.
Yeah, I guess the HQ group, and then, I mean, she would text, like, Treebeard chat and be like, what the fuck? But that's different. It's not like, let's meet up. That's... They know what she did.
So you text your little group chat, so that goes to Logan, Reese, and Warren. Reese, what do you do when you get the text message?
Where does it say to meet up?
I guess library.
Is this between class periods? Is it like lunch?
After school, I think, right?
At this point, I think it would probably be after school. That was probably the
Okay.
easiest way for Lore to find Logan.
Perfect. So he would go.
Okay.
He would just go. He wouldn't text a response.
Alright. He's just like, alright, here I go. Alright, what about you, Warren?
I would probably text back like, is the library the best place to talk about this? With 3 question marks.
Where do you want to meet? Somewhere else? Treebeard house?
No.
No?
No. No with a period.
No? What do you mean no? That place, huh?
The backyard's weird.
We don't have to go in the backyard. I promise I will not go in the backyard.
How about we meet up at my place? Dad should be out for the next few hours, and that's a little bit more private than the library at like 3 in the afternoon.
Fine. As long as everyone else is good with it.
This is happening back and forth in the group chat, right?
Yes.
So
We're the
Reese-
only ones talking.
Logan would just text back a single lowercase k.
Reese would chime in that he agreed with Warren that it's safer that they're not all seen together at school.
I see. Reese is worried about being
Yeah.
seen with Logan.
His reputation.
Ooh, someone
know.
else has a reputation to worry about, huh?
Wow.
No, he's worried about you all being associated with him, and he's worried about who's watching them.
Yeah, sure.
No, you're right. It's his reputation.
Reese is adorable, okay? I don't. He's a cutie. All right. So,
Stop.
so you agree to meet at Warren's place. Warren, would you care to describe your place? What it's like?
I should not meet myself. I should push to talk. The Warren's house is on the north side of Haven Hill. One of the older, more developed areas of the town. This town is about 80 years old or so, and this is kind of one of the first places that was built. But despite that, it's been very well maintained and very built up. It is ultimate suburbia. All the houses in the area are a little bit too large, bordering on McMansion territory at times.
Thank you.
with plenty of yard space and probably a couple of local kids hired to do cutting the lawn.
Would it be like would you guys live near the Griffins possibly, or
Ooh.
would the Griffins be elsewhere because of their like newer house? 'Cause the Griffins have that that money where they probably could have bought into that area, but like wasn't.
I think they would probably be pretty nearby. I mean, a lot of houses have been burning down recently, so gotta get
fair.
rebuilt.
That's fair, right? Yeah, the burning down houses.
Must not be great real estate business, huh?
Faulty wiring.
All right. So, do you like wait for them to arrive? Like, how do you do this? Do you? Are you very casual about how you let them in the house? Do you just take them to a backyard somewhere? Like, what?
So I just kind of say, make sure to knock, and that's it.
Okay. All right. He's a rich musician kid.
As drummer put it, a trust fund rocker.
Trust fund rocker.
It's
Yeah.
great.
Trust fund rocker.
I feel like I don't even need to say that Logan is not going to be the first one there. She knows exactly where Warren's house is, but she's not going to be the first one there.
Mm-hmm.
Laura is actually, she pretty much just went straight there because she's kind of panicking.
Understandably so.
Yep.
You know, considering the circumstances of everything. What? So Laura went straight there.
Reese actually texted Laura and asked if they could walk together.
Aww.
Aw.
That's so cute. She didn't answer.
She didn't answer. Why
Wow.
are you all like this? Why are
Well,
you
she-
all like
The
this?
teenage angst.
The teenage angst, exactly.
Oh my god, like... Yeah, no, okay.
So he's a little bit later than he normally would have been because he was waiting for a reply, but he ended up walking
Sorry.
alone.
Maurice, god dang.
Oh, man.
It's
okay.
not because she
Story of
doesn't
his
like
life.
him.
I'm just sad.
Then why not?
He should have known. She never shows up to the appointments. Of course she didn't answer.
Wow.
Jeez, I'm gonna die. Like, I can't...
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I love it. This is everything I wanted when I put this group together. So, Laura, do you wait for Reese to arrive before you knock on the door?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So
I
you
would
just,
just-
all enter in individually.
Yeah. As you're coming up to the door, you see one of those, like, high security, input the number to turn off the door alarm kind of panels right next to it and all that.
Wow, he rich.
Yeah.
Wow. She knocks. Is there like one of those really ridiculous door knockers?
God, yes.
She would not use that. She would just knock.
Understandable.
Respect the rebellion.
Yeah, Warren's just going to come to the door, open it up, and just kind of lead you down the hall a little bit to the sitting area.
I was kind of expecting a butler.
We don't need that much work around here.
Answer seriously, love it.
I was being sarcastic. I just mean I didn't
Yeah.
expect you to live here.
Warren just kind of shrugs at that. Unsure how to respond.
Okay. Let's say Reese shows up about now.
He would use the ridiculously large door knocking.
You're going to hear like a big bong. Wait, not bong?
He doesn't quite know how to time it. It's weird. He's never used one before, but it seems like
It's
the
like
right
an
thing to do.
They never
Probably
knock
pinches
that
his
well.
fingers in it. Yeah,
guys- If you guys keep this up, I'm just gonna be like, okay, Reese, we're gonna put you in like a little protective box, and nothing's gonna happen to you anymore. Like,
Cover him in bubble wrap.
like the trauma I gave you at the very end of season 1, that's enough. You're good. Like,
Are you offering me plot armor?
I'm offering you plot armor at this point.
Pretty good
I feel
deal.
bad.
Wow.
It's only gonna get worse from here, I promise.
Made of bubble wrap.
Yeah, so I'm going to let Reese in, and then Logan, when Logan eventually arrives, fashionably late.
Fashionably late, of course. Is there a doorbell, or is it only the knocker?
There is also so on the security pad, it also works as a buzzer. It's one of those annoying things.
Of course. When Logan does arrive, she actually she'd text first. Text Warren specifically, saying, "I'm here," and then would ring the doorbell like an actual proper guest.
He said knock. Okay. I thought
Yeah.
his doorbell was broken, but I should have known. He's too rich for that.
Warren doesn't need maintenance.
Christ. Yeah. I go and let Logan in as well, and like the sitting room that Warren directs you all to is kind of ugly because it's a mixture of new modern furniture and then like old furniture your great grandmother would buy.
Ah, inherited money.
Woo!
This makes
No, it's all new.
Warren as like a rebellion rocker that much more hilarious. You know that, right?
I know.
Like
Yes. Yes.
Like what is this, like teenage angst against daddy? Like what is happening?
I know.
We're looking forward to the development.
Yeah. No. I okay. All right. Sorry to interrupt.
No,
Nope, you're fine.
Okay. So you're there in this.
Do it. Insult me. Do it.
No, I want to go describe, and then I look over at chat, and the drummer says Warren's jacket is a Gucci jacket without the tags.
Drummer, I'm going to kill you for being correct.
Warren's one of those kids who like casually wears Gucci to school. I had one of those in high school.
Oh my god. Okay, so you're there. You're in this sitting room. Is that what you called it?
Yeah, it's separate from the lounge.
Mm-hmm. And a den, like it's different.
Fucking
You got the
sitting room.
sunroom, the lounge, the sitting room.
Don't be ridiculous. The den and the lounge are the same room.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry, my mistake. So you're there, and I assume it's obnoxiously large for its purpose.
Oh yeah, like there are definitely too many seats there for like the small gathering. You could probably fit 12 people easy.
Okay. So you're there, and yeah, I'm gonna have to do like a frickin' pin board of how I imagine this room now.
A Pinterest board?
Yeah, like something like that with like all of like the Art Deco meets like fake antique meets.
Make it in The Sims.
Like yeah, with like
Please.
china cabinets.
I was actually
You're like, funny, I'm working on that right now.
Now that you mention it. Yeah, so you're in this room. Are there any doors? Like any way to create like privacy? Or is it just open?
I was thinking of this space as like very open. Like the whole first floor can definitely hear you if you're talking in here, because it's echoey space, you know.
But it's okay. All right. So you're Laura, what did you want to talk about in this really loud, echoey space that is apparently better than a public library that nobody would notice you whispering at?
Listen.
I'm just saying.
Warren.
And Warren said he didn't have a butler, so there's no one else to listen in, unless Warren
Are
has a
we
maid that
sure?
he didn't mention, in which case we should be fine.
Warren, are we completely alone here?
Uh,
She says as it echoes.
Yeah, that should be out until like 7, 8 tonight. Got the place to ourselves.
Okay.
Unless Callie
Right.
comes over, but I don't think she's going to today. I think she has something.
What? Who is Kelly?
Callie?
Callie? Oh, Callie. Okay, I know who Callie is.
Logan rolls her eyes.
You're gonna hurt your eyes doing that so much.
You keep giving me reasons to.
Our teacher. That wasn't just like, well, no homicide is really normal. But it's complicated. But Wyatt's brother, Avery, talked about him before. Like he's some, I don't know, he's a part of something that has to do with what we're doing, but not really.
Wait, you're
Does that
saying
make
it's
sense?
related to everything?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying in many more words. Thank you.
He's still kind of staring at her for not answering his text message.
Is he gonna say something about it?
No,
Because he could. Oh wow. Okay. He's just like.
we are internalizer.
Okay, well then, how much did you guys know about him?
Not like a lot. But I don't know. I think we should tell HQ about this. I mean, maybe they already heard, but like, we should report.
Probably not a bad idea. What did Avery say
Can't
about
hurt.
him exactly? Like, connected how? Like, he was one of them, or like...
I think there's like this other group that doesn't like the voices that we've been talking to. I don't really know much about them, but
But not part of the massive conspiracy thing?
I don't think
Chorus.
so.
Not part of Chorus.
They're not part of Chorus. No, they're like against them. I'm pretty sure, but like not with us. You know what I mean? I don't know what I mean. I barely know anything. That's why I think we should talk to HQ and figure out what happened because, you know, that sucks that he died, especially while trying to drive away. Maybe.
Drive away?
Yeah,
Why,
you know,
why that part?
it just reminds me of like a horror movie. You're stuck in your car for some reason. And okay, can someone text HQ, please?
So Reese pulls out his phone and texts.
Logan made no move to pull out her phone, for the record.
Like, that shit's not already in your hand. She put it away.
Shh. It's in her hand. She's holding it.
She made a point of putting it away like, no, it's not me. I'm not doing that.
Wow. I mean, Laura could text too, but
No, it's all good. Reese is on it.
Alright, are you texting HQ in general, or are you texting...
Yeah, HQ general chat.
Okay.
Whatever it is, their text message.
Yeah.
And says, "Did you all hear about our biology teacher, Mr. Gallagher?"
There's like a pause. Let's say like a minute or two. And you get a response from Sawyer, and it's just like 4 or 5 question marks. Like, what? Alex responds with, I'm watching the news feed now. And Avery is quiet. No response from Avery.
I think they're just
Typical.
lying about it.
seriously.
So he texts, "Should we talk about it?"
We can meet at
Like, Alex
Treebeard.
is like, what is there to talk about? He's dead. Like,
Are you sure that it's the same Mr. Gallagher?
What?
I don't know if they... I don't know if they feel like it's as important as your... I mean, obviously it's important, but related.
Avery responds
Avery.
with a full paragraph message, perfect punctuation, everything, and he's like, based on what I'm able to find, he was trying to get away, couldn't start the car, took off running and got caught and died in the process. Unless you have an idea on who did this specifically, I'm not quite sure what we can do about it. I don't have any contacts with the others. Do you... And
No,
No.
we're just
You
We're
know,
just
you're
surprised.
just a liar.
Warren looks up at Lorena at the trying to get away part, like, huh, hey, how did you know that?
Well, they said something about the car keys in the ignition.
Oh,
hmm
I guess I missed that.
Yeah, I'm a real Nancy Drew over here.
Logan's looking down at the text, and she'll actually say, he died somehow. How? How do you fake a heart attack? Out loud, not in
Out loud,
responding to
okay.
text. She's
I
just
was
saying
like,
it to the others. Yeah, I know, you're good.
Well, I mean, I guess I don't know if an injury is bad enough, maybe it triggered one, or the coroner just made a bad ruling.
Coroner fucked up.
Or he lied.
Yeah, that sounds like a lie.
Why would they lie about that?
Why would he take off running and then have a heart attack? He was running from something.
Unless he
Someone.
was just trying to get to the hospital.
Oh,
I don't
God.
think running to the hospital is.
I
She just
think he would
wrinkles her
flag
nose
someone
a little
down
bit.
for help. All of this just
Didn't-
is. Yeah.
Didn't the
It's just
report say something about damage to his, like, upper body?
Yeah, it did.
if you want, I can also replay the audio. You guys would be able to replay it.
Oh yeah,
That
that
would
would
be
be
cool.
Yeah,
That'd be
we're
awesome.
We're gonna.
Yeah, one
We're gonna
second
Nancy
while
Drew this shit.
while you Nancy Drew this. Let me pull this open again for you.
Pull open the YouTube recording.
Don't call me out like this. No, let's see here.
Hello, Havenhill. Dan Davis here with some breaking, yet unfortunate, news. The body of Havenhill resident Declan Gallagher, age 43, was found behind Harmony High School yesterday after the Emergency Communications Center received a call. It is believed the homicide occurred late in the evening on Friday. His car was found nearby in the Harmony High parking lot with keys in the ignition. Gallagher's body was transported to the office of the chief medical examiner. It is reported that Gallagher received trauma to his upper body, with the final cause of death being ruled a heart attack. Detectives from the Major Crimes Division are investigating this as a homicide. If you have any information about this homicide, or if you were in the area Friday evening and observed suspicious activity, please call the Major Crimes Division. For those who are a little shy but still want to aid in the quest for justice, Crime Solvers of Havenhill is offering a reward of up to $1,000 for information that leads to the arrest of the suspect. Anonymous tipsters can call Crime Solvers of Havenhill toll-free or submit a tip online. Until next crime, I'm Dan Davis from Havenhill News.
I could use that money. But no. Never mind. Never mind.
You know something?
What?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, Amber. Are you okay?
I'm literally gonna die. Thank you. Oh my god.
Don't pull a Gallagher on us.
Oh my god, you can't call it pulling a Gallagher!
I saw you flipping off the camera. Don't think I didn't see that. I don't know anything, but okay, if trauma to the upper body and then they're saying it's a heart attack, either they're lying or maybe the heart attack was because someone stabbed him through the heart or something.
Either way, they're calling it a
I don't think
homicide,
that's
so it
how
must
heart
look
attacks
suspicious
work.
somehow.
What kind of trauma?
Guys, do we
'Cause-
really need the exact details of the gruesome murder of our teacher?
Yeah, maybe we do.
Oh.
Or
We
don't.
don't. I don't think we do.
But it could help.
Help what?
No.
They don't seem that concerned about it, so maybe we should just chalk it up to something horrible and let it go.
Fine. I'm letting it go.
I think this something horrible though might be something we might run into.
Right?
Unless we think this was a random homicide unconnected to the kidnappings, brainwashings, and everything else going on here.
A random homicide of the one guy who we know was associated with the force going against Chorus, right?
Right. And outside of that, he was a very boring person. I don't know why anyone would want to kill him, so. Like, so boring.
There must be more to him than we realize.
Maybe.
What, do you want to go, like, poking through his stuff or something?
We could.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I feel like if we get caught doing that, that would be
Yeah, bad. We
A
would look
lot of
Yeah,
really
you're right. You're right.
questions you
That's
don't wanna
bad.
answer.
That's bad. Okay, never mind.
Sorry, fucking
Already have
Justin in the
fingerprints
chat.
somewhere.
It's
Warren
just
turns
Mr. Gallagher, guys. Don't get bent out of shape.
Warren turns to his phone and in the general group chat texts back the others question mark like in reply to Avery's paragraph tweet.
You should tweet.
We know what he meant.
Avery been tweeting.
They're tweeting.
Do you want to catch these hands?
No PvP allowed, no PvP allowed.
Yeah, no PvP allowed. Reluctantly. It would be really funny. But not allowed. You get another very formal paragraph from Avery stating there's a group of people who are anti-beacon, sentinel, and so on. But I'm not sure. They come across as weird fanatics in the opposite direction. The only reason I know about their existence is from slight missteps when doing searches or from offhanded remarks Mr. Gallagher had said when I was still a student. But I've never interacted with them directly, so I'm not sure how to contact them or to go about doing so, and I'm not sure we should.
Logan would text back, why not?
You get a photo from Alex, and it's of a roll of aluminum foil and a sticky note that says hat included.
Logan just replies with WTF. Not even a question mark, just WTF.
Alex is like, I feel like that's self-explanatory right there. But you
They're
get
conspiracy theorists.
Yeah. Sawyer responds with like, think Illuminati, think aliens, think creepy brainworms, think moon landing was fake. No, beyond that, the sky is fucking fake. That's how like weird these guys are, and let's just not.
Out loud, Logan just sighs and goes, "Great, so they're crazy too."
Well, just because, I don't know, something, shouldn't we help other people?
How can we help? He's already gone.
Well, there's more of them. Well, I guess they can deal with it themselves, but what if you do know something? Which I don't. But if I did, I
Lord, what do you know?
don't know anything.
Okay, you know what, at this point, I need you to make a check because you are going so hard on the lying and trying to convince people. So, where'd I just put the book? Hold on.
Oh, fine.
You are so
All right.
suspicious.
Which
right.
one would
Do
this
any of
be?
us need to make a check to contest this?
You guys can if you want.
Yeah.
So, for lore,
Yes.
you can either, I think you can like charm.
I'm gonna use charm.
Yeah, I think charm is the best bet. For those of you who are trying to like suss lore out, you can either, you guys can do any of the mind skills. I feel like would work. So feel free. Feel free to.
Damn. Okay, Warren. They're sussing me out before I get to
Goddamn.
roll.
It's just exclamation point R, right?
I think it's full roll is needed.
Oh God. Warren and Lore both got the same amount of sixes.
Oh my gosh.
Gee.
Oh no.
Give me like
Y'all. Y'all stop it.
Everyone is so suspicious.
Oh
Jesus,
my God.
What the hell?
Oh my god.
I'm screenshotting that right now. Jesus. Oh my
God
gosh.
damn.
That's so much.
we blew it all. Now something bad's gonna happen, and none of us are gonna have any sixes in us.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So now all of you rolled 2 6s. Damn. Okay.
Stasi rolled 2 1s.
Stasi did roll 2 1s. You are correct.
Oh.
So, but technically the thing is 6s are automatic successes, but all of you succeeded twice over.
Maybe it's like nobody's sure.
Yeah, maybe everybody's
We're just
kind
all
of
deeply
iffy.
sus of each other.
Yeah, just the whole like.
Of each other or just Lorena?
But Lore's suspicious that we're all onto her.
Yeah. So maybe it's kind of like the good, the bad, and the ugly, like the standoff kind of thing, before you're all just
Like,
kind of.
they're
like,
all just staring at each other for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, just
We're all
trying
just like
to figure it out.
squinting.
Yeah.
Logan is just so visibly like narrowing her eyes at Lore.
I'm Don't look at me like that.
She just continues to stare.
Okay, can we move on? Don't we have something to do? We have people to find. We have things to do.
We have living people to find.
Yes. Yeah.
You've got a point, Lorena.
Thank you.
So we'll all agree that this was just unfortunate, but not our domain.
Sorry, I thought you were going to say fault.
Why would I say fault?
Well, I don't know. Sweating.
10 more minutes of squinting.
You're right. It's not our domain, so let's move on.
Okay.
She just she might text HQ like, do you have any updates for us? Anything helpful for finding kids? We're part of the group, right?
While HQ is waiting to respond, Warren's going to turn towards Reese and just kind of like lean in, put his hands on his knees, and like clasp his hands together a little bit. Reese, they said that you went missing and were found in the big underground complex thing, correct?
Yes, that happened.
Do you remember anything that happened before that, or if you were doing anything before that?
I was walking home from school. It was a school day.
Was there? Did you maybe see anything weird that they maybe didn't want you to see, or?
No, that wasn't the reason. I
Huh.
have something that talks about the reasons.
Oh,
It's just, I guess it's just something they do to people they think they can.
what do you mean? People they think they can?
So he's contemplating pulling out the files, which he does keep on him in his backpack at all times. But he doesn't.
Which is understandable. Let's be entirely fair.
Mhm.
Because it details everything about you. All of your habits, everyone you've talked to, everyone that you're close to, your average go to bed time, like everything.
Ew.
There's no
Rice.
any sense of privacy that you once had is gone from those files. So it's completely understandable on why you would not hand those over or share them with somebody that you basically just met, let's be honest.
Mm-hmm. So he takes a while before answering Warren. He looks like he's contemplating.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say they have... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
They have a category... Oh, no, you're fine. They have a category called ease of access, if that helps clarify anything.
I think so.
You get a text from Alex saying, well, there's been some spottings of possible people who had gone missing. I can try and send those over, and that's somewhere to start. If that's something that interests you, they follow up with.
I will literally take anything at this point. So yes.
Okay. You also
Anything to change the topic.
anything to change the topic? Yeah, that's fair.
Distraction.
Well, they changed the topic out loud. Logan's not moved on quite yet.
And you also get, well, if you head towards the old water tower, Sawyer was exploring the area because of a sighting. So I'll let him know you're on your way over.
Sounds good.
Logan's not she's reading the text messages, but she's not responding to any of them. In the meantime, even though the others had moved on, quote unquote, from Mr. Gallagher, Logan actually would have messaged what would normally be her and Tallulah and Nadia's group chat and asked, well, I feel like she'd already gone through the motions of, hey, heard about Mr. Gallagher, blah, blah, blah. And she'd actually be checking to see if she'd be texting now while everyone else is talking and would ask, do we know who was really close with Mr. Gallagher?
That is a good question. I need to make a roll. Let me see here. That is a... We'll do a... Tallulah responds with, I'm pretty sure he had, like, there was somebody he was constantly going to dinner with, but I can't remember their name right now.
If Tallulah doesn't remember it, Logan's not going to remember it.
Yeah, and Tallulah also follows up with, like, an ellipsis, and then is like, Nadia would know. And also with Nadia would probably have their whole life story. Like,
Logan, looking down at her phone, gives a small, dry smile, and then types out a quick "K, thanks" before pocketing her phone again, and I guess giving her attention back to the rest of the group.
If she has to.
She has to.
She
I
must.
guess.
Alright, so we're going, right?
Yeah.
Going
To the
where?
water tower?
To the water tower.
Logan's just gonna go with it. She doesn't listen.
Logan's just dead silent, and Laura's like,
Yep.
Are we going?
She would give a gesture. Lead the way.
Does anyone have a car?
A car? They look at Warren.
Yeah.
Great. You mind driving us?
Oh, sure. Just tell me where the water tower is.
Don't eat
Sure.
in the backseat.
Why would you assume I would eat?
yeah, Warren wouldn't know where the water tower is because he's kind of bougie, so he would have no reason to go hang out there.
Christ.
Is Laura the only one who would know? We got
Mhm.
She's
Reese.
definitely heard of it, but I don't think she's ever gone there.
Alright.
Yeah, I think
Laura-
everybody...
Urban.
Yeah, I think if anybody knows the most, it'd be Lore in this situation. Like, Reese probably has heard of it, heard it being talked about, and Logan probably has definitely heard Nadia and maybe even Tallulah mention, like, going there.
Definitely.
Maybe even during some hangouts when Logan couldn't make it. They were like, oh, you missed the whatever at the water tower kind of thing. But Lore, you would be the most knowledgeable of this place.
Okay, so she's like, Logan, you're speaking as if I'm gonna sit in the backseat, as if I'm not calling shotgun.
I was gonna say Logan would have automatically gone for shotgun, but as soon as Lore, like, I'm assuming Lore, what did she, like, bolt out of the out of the room?
Yeah, she'd just go.
Logan would open her mouth as if, like, to protest, just watch her run out and just stare after her like, oh my god, okay.
Well, she's navigating. That makes sense.
Sure. And would follow reluctantly after with her arms crossed.
Okay.
Can I just say the gap like between Reese and Logan's seat is gonna be immense? Like sitting like as close to the door as possible.
She doesn't care. She's on her side with her legs crossed, arms crossed, looking out the window. She's not even noticing.
Reese like puts his bag between
Poor
him
Reese.
and Logan.
But his hands stay on the bag.
While we're driving there, I'm going to kind of glance over to Lorena and ask, so, you knew David... I'm blanking. David Biggs or Higgs?
Gibbs.
Gibbs.
It's fine. Warren just said,
You knew
"No, you're
David
right."
Gibbs. And he disappeared recently, right?
Yeah. I did. I knew him. Yeah.
Could you tell us anything about him? If he was And Warren glances back towards Reese, and then with one hand just like air quotes, easy to access.
Well, we didn't talk for a while, but I mean, he was like into sports or whatever. He was kind of popular. So easy to access, I don't know, but known, yeah.
Would Logan know Gibbs?
He was popular
Yeah.
at
He was popular in. He's from Redacre.
Ooh.
That's the thing with David is he's from Redacre, but
Did they play games against each other, like Redacre and Havenhill?
yeah, kind of like the little mini crosstown rivalry sort of thing.
So Logan might have briefly heard of this guy in passing, maybe specifically when talking to Eric.
Probably specifically while talking to Eric, or any time that sports came up in the classroom or something of that nature, he probably would have heard.
maybe they're enemies.
Maybe they're enemies.
Rivals.
Rivals.
Maybe it was Eric.
I connected the dots.
You didn't connect
did
shit.
it.
Connected shit.
But yeah, no, David was a sports player in Redacre. And despite being from Redacre, basically grew up with Lore. Because next door neighbor kind of situation. So anything Laura says is canon about David, FYI.
Okay. What sport does Logan's boyfriend play?
I think it was soccer.
Was it?
I think so. Let me check. Hold on.
Because I had that for David as well, soccer, but I can change it to whatever.
I don't have it in his official notes.
Whatever sport it is that Eric plays.
Yeah, you don't even have it written down what sport he plays. We'll just say
They're playing
it's-
soccer.
They're playing soccer.
Soccer.
They're playing football. They're playing
All the
football.
sports, they're just such good jokes.
They're just
They're
yeah,
playing
amazing
football.
jokes.
When
All
in
at the
off
same
season,
time.
in off season he plays a different sport. Who knows? It's
You're
just
playing
everywhere.
sports ball.
Yes, all the sports ball. Heck, you know what? Hold on. I can pull the chat. Chat, what does he play?
You're writing the story
What?
with us.
What sport does Eric and... Wow, my brain blanked so hard. David, play.
Sorry. I thought you were just focusing.
Football or
What
soccer?
sport does David play? Spigs, Gibbs.
You loved all the last names.
Alright, I'm gonna give you guys a minute to vote. Starting now. 5 options. Go for it. While that happens,
Nobody vote tennis, I swear to God. No!
Look
it's
what you
'cause
did.
you specifically said that. Now people are voting tennis. Yep, there it goes.
We know. We know D voted tennis.
You should have kept your mouth shut. It would have
Look
been
what you did!
Look
Look
what you
did!
You've created a bias.
You created a bias. I'm gonna have to redo this poll.
Oh no.
Ignore
Take away
tennis.
tennis as an option.
Okay, if we do
TMC is rolling in his grave.
it...
We
I'm
love-
so
Don't you mean in the
sorry.
place between?
we love tennis here, folks.
Just
You did this to
switch out
yourself.
tennis with lacrosse or something.
Yeah. I totally forgot about lacrosse, which is hilarious because Theo plays lacrosse.
Yeah, that's Theo's game.
I hate you guys.
Justin saying he did it before you even said anything.
Okay, so they play tennis in the spring season.
They are bougie.
Lacrosse is like the quintessential New England boarding school sport.
It really is. It really is.
I'm still dying about tennis.
You guys can.
I'm not even.
That. All right. So while chat's fighting about that, you get you get a text this time from Sawyer, being like, "Heard you guys are coming to the water tower?" Question mark, question mark, question mark. Also, heard is misspelled. There's no capitalization.
H-E-R-D.
H-E-R-D. U is the letter U.
Why is this you? Nope.
Also, for just to pile it on there that he misspells things, and to the point of where you question whether or not this is like actually on purpose, or if this is actually how he is. He spells guys like G-A-I-Z.
Fuck.
I have no choice but to read that as gays.
I know, right? I'm sorry, guys.
Yes, us gays are coming to. No, okay.
Yeah. So heard you guys were coming to the water tower. Okay, look. Even without tennis, tennis technically won by 1 vote. Like, if I compare it to the previous poll,
It's just tennis.
it's just tennis. I'm sorry, Eric and David
It's
played
tennis.
They can play
fine.
other
They can
sports.
play both. They can play tennis and whatever one the.
Congratulations,
Next
you made my boyfriend
afterwards.
the lamest fucking jock in this town.
Listen, they're all
And
fuck
Logan's
boys. All
dating him.
tennis boys are fuck boys.
Tennis
That's
boys are
why I
fuckboys.
said no.
All tennis boys are fuckboys? Well, let's think about this. Eric is a fuckboy, so this works.
They play tennis in the fall and tennis in the spring.
They play
It's
tennis
just
all
all
the time.
tennis all the time.
Tennis all the time. Yeah. Okay. They aren't allowed to play any sport besides tennis. What about,
I
like,
hate
track
you
and field or something? Come on. That's technically a sport. Tennis in the fall, polo in the summer. Oh, gosh.
I think I put soccer in my bio, so
Did you?
I think I did. Yeah.
Let me check right now. Don't edit anything. Don't you dare.
Maybe
I vaguely
I
recall
had it.
saying that Eric played football because you asked me if it was American or non-American football.
It's not documented anywhere. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, so David...
I did put soccer.
David is soccer. Okay, fine. David is soccer. I'm sorry, chat. X-Man
It's okay.
all
He
of
can
the-
play tennis too. I'll give you that.
Hold on. I'll
Oh,
come
so
up with a different
you
poll for
confirm
chat.
it's tennis.
I'll come up with a different poll for chat.
Anything you say is canon. And you just said it was tennis.
D is throwing a fit in
D.
this.
You
They can
can't.
throw all the fits
You
he
can't
wants.
give something to chat and then take it away like that without a revolt.
Okay, this is definitely
Wow.
this is definitely a thing. You guys get 3 minutes to vote on this one. It'll croquet. Is that what you're trying to say? Is
So
you, like,
does
choke on
anybody-
your water?
I just love this idea that like
Shut up.
Redacre and Haven have this really competitive tennis. Like
The idea of that
Like, that
hilarious
is-
to me.
I'm
Like,
fine with that.
boy.
I'm just saying canonically I did already
You did,
choose.
you did.
Copy and pinch.
Okay, alright. So the idea that like Haven Hill and Redacre have this really competitive tennis scene, like Prince of Tennis bullshit,
Oh my god.
we'll let that happen. Maybe David played tennis like casually, like filthy casual.
It's like it's they have like the fancy tennis courts that you go down to during spring break.
Mhm.
Specifically, you don't play it competitively, but you know it's in theory competitively because you're just showing off as much as you can to the other guys.
Yeah, and David's just really good at it, even though he doesn't try, and that's why Eric was like, ugh! This dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he
There we go.
murdered him.
That's why.
No,
yeah.
Logan absolutely had to listen to Eric like just ranting about how good this guy was. The court's so annoying.
And
That's why Logan-
David's just casual about it. David's just like, yeah, no, I
Mhm.
just had a couple really good games. It was fun. And
Love
Eric's like
that.
seething.
Love him.
Yeah, we hate Eric.
You are-
So,
We do.
we do hate Eric.
Hey, Eric.
I mean,
So
no, we don't.
does-
What are you talking about? What?
so does anybody respond to Sawyer's text message?
Listen, we have to figure out the tennis
I am
thing first. It was
driving.
important.
Lord would be like, that is not Avery's usual texting. And she's like
No, that's not
looking
Avery.
for.
It's Sawyer.
Alex.
It's
Oh,
Sawyer.
sorry.
Oh my god.
Oh,
we're-
wait, is this just how Sawyer talks?
We don't know. You don't know yet. You've not texted him very much, so how would you
Okay,
know?
you're right. Lauren knows him the least out of all. Well, Lauren too.
The person to ask would be D. Not D, Wyatt. D. D's character.
Well, you revealed the truth.
I think she wouldn't be suspicious then. She would just be like, yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
And then you get like a thumbs up emote from him. The more you approach the water tower, the more it's very obviously in the part of town that people gravitate away from. They just don't want anything to do with this part of town. It's very much almost like old factory vibes. The ground's just like all gravelly. There's almost like this, you don't have proof of it, but there's almost like this feeling of ash everywhere. And the water tower just stands on its lonesome, surrounded by this giant, or like in this giant open area. Like there's not even like weeds growing in the gravel. It's just barren. The water tower itself, despite being abandoned and called the abandoned water tower, it seems to be actually fairly well taken care of. It doesn't look like it's gonna collapse anytime soon. It doesn't look like people, like you can, like very easily people have climbed up it and fallen off. But from what you can tell, it's probably more on them being careless, more so than anything actually wrong structural wise. You pull up and Sawyer's there. His hair's pulled back, you know, he looks once again well rested, like the last time you guys talked to him, or last time you guys saw him. And he greets you with a bright grin and a big wave, and he's like, "Hey, glad you can make it."
I was waiting for somebody else to say hey, but it was dead silent.
Reese does his like awkward wave thing, but he looks excited to see him.
Lord is a salute.
She's gay, people.
The gay salute.
Logan looks mildly unimpressed, not necessarily with Sawyer, but she's looking up at the water tower. Like, you know, she's heard this hyped up so much, and it's just a water tower.
It's like this place sucks actually.
Kicks a little bit of gravel at her feet.
Kicking rocks.
Like the gravel makes me laugh, and like Warren didn't even like park nearby. Like they had to walk the rest of the way.
Sawyer just is like, so I've been doing some looking around, but you know, I'm only one set of eyes. 4 more pairs of eyes are wonderful in this situation. And he kind of like looks up, back and up at the water tower. And as you guys look closer, you can tell like on the fence and like the guardrails, there's like the series of like padlocks and things, like just padlocks all over the chains, various sizes, various colors, some painted, some not. You can see there's parts of the structure are like covered in marker and Sharpie. You think you might even see some like instances of like spray paint. Definitely a well-worn or well-visited location. And Sawyer gestures at it, and he's like, so how much did Alex tell you before you came out here?
Not much.
Sawyer kind of crosses his arms and tilts his head to the side, and he's like, well, we through some connections, I heard that one of your friends was seen around here. They were graffitiing, so I thought I'd come check it out, see if maybe I can figure out what they added, maybe. But
Which friend?
Definitely none of Logan's friends.
he looks at his phone and presses a couple buttons, like looking at a couple different screens. And he's like, yeah, it's great. Yeah, Nadia Moore.
What?
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, Nadia. Supposedly Nadia was seen here.
When?
Yesterday? Maybe first
Logan
thing this
already-
morning. They're not really sure, but well, my connections aren't really sure. You know, it's the rumor mill, and you only chasing down
Logan's
Chaz.
not listening. She's looking around now. as soon as Nadia's name was mentioned, as soon it was early this morning, she's looking around as if she might be able to find like some trace of Nadia here, wherever they're standing.
Logan, is that normal? Does Nadia just spray paint things? It just doesn't sound like any
No,
of your-
not at all.
So it's probably the wrong person. Don't get her hopes up.
So you're like
Logan's
shrugs.
still only like half listening. She's still looking around.
So Sawyer, where have you already checked? Like, any idea?
He kind of gestures to like just behind the water tower, and he's like, back there. I figured it was better to like start that way and work towards the tower, just in case, like, I don't know. I just wanted to make my way closer to the car, because if this was a dead end, I didn't want to have to like turn around and walk all the way back. You know how it is. So started over there, and he kind of gestures towards where like the gravel ends on the far side, just to make sure like nothing dropped, nothing fell. Just found like some empty lighters and failed tests and miscellaneous papers. But I haven't bothered climbing the water tower yet. Didn't want to if I didn't have to. But otherwise, yeah, the more eyes the better, honestly.
Yeah, of course we'll help with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if Nadia was here spray painting only like a day ago, the paint should be still pretty fresh. You can probably like smell it, honestly. Kind of reeks.
That's what I thought too, because you know it gets everywhere also, so there would be some kind of hint. But in my quick glances, I didn't even find any drops in the gravel, but it's gravel, so who knows? But I also didn't happen to smell anything down here, but maybe once up on the water tower, smell it about like easier.
How long ago did they see her?
He looks at his phone again and he's like, okay, one report says first thing this morning. Another one says before dawn. That person ended up getting caught by the cops because they were out here when they shouldn't have been. And another
Right.
one was saying late last night, so like maybe she was here overnight. I'm not quite sure, but and like
So you want us to climb that thing?
you don't have to. I have no problem doing it. I just need more eyes looking around. Is all. I don't want to
Okay.
can
force
climb.
y'all.
Lorena, you want to climb the water tower and check?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. When you're going up there, keep your eyes peeled. Keep all of your senses ready to go.
Okay,
Um,
Warren.
But especially don't fall.
Do not fall. Do not fall.
I'll try
Logan-
not to.
Logan's been she actually taken out her phone and she was tip-tapping away while the others are talking. She's still kind of listening, but she's also typing. She messages to Lula specifically saying someone said they saw Nadia. And she doesn't wait for a response. She just pockets her phone, and as soon as she's done texting, she looks at the others and then looks at Lore and goes, I'm going up there too.
Are
Sure.
you? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Me and Warren like.
Warren immediately backs off.
Here, I'll
Just-
give you a
I
boost.
don't need a boost.
Are you sure?
Oh my god, what if they push each other?
You can take help, you
Don't
know.
push each other.
It's a ladder. It's not that serious.
So you're
And
kind of like
Fine.
to prove her point, she's going to walk over to the ladder and start trying to climb it.
Sawyer kind of chuckles and he's like, guys, look, I understand like the whole like wanting to get to the truth and get to the bottom of this and everything, but safety is paramount. Your death isn't gonna find her faster. Just putting that out there.
Yeah,
Then
Logan.
I won't die.
Okay.
Oh my god.
He just kind of like stares off into the distance and he's like, if you say so. And while you are heading towards the ladder, and I assume Laura is also heading towards the ladder.
Yes.
Before
Don't-
we get into the thick of things, I just wanted to say that I don't know how this works. I wanted to try and lead using the lead skill.
Okay. Can you repeat that? Because briefly my headset decided to actually cut out and die, and I only got the part with the lead skill. So
I would like to try and use the lead skill. I'm not sure how that works.
Okay, so the lead skill is with you can with connections with people, by having formed connections or by beginning to form connections, you can encourage them to work together and do things more collaboratively. Also, by doing so, or by rolling and succeeding on a lead check, what you can do is you can give 2 extra dice to somebody who needs it in a future roll.
Mm-hmm.
If you fail, though, it actually can like slightly damage your friendship with people, and
Wow.
you take condition.
Uh-oh.
Because
Everyone-
basically what it is it's you taking your knowledge of them and, for lack of a better word, manipulating them into collaborating. And so by failing, you hurt them. And so that does that make sense?
Yeah.
Be careful.
Is it possible for me to kind of give that bonus to Logan here?
You
'Cause
have to succeed in the lead roll first.
I'd be happy to try.
Alright.
Everyone just thinks you're bossy if you fail.
Basically, yeah, like it can friendship damage, yeah. Exactly. You succeeded. Not only did you succeeded, you now have 4 dice that you
Nice.
that you have pulled. So you can decide to give all 4 to Logan, or you can decide like, oh, I'm only gonna give 1 to Logan and save these other 3 for maybe later this session.
I'm going to give 2 to Logan as Logan's starting to grab onto the little handholds of the water tower. Warren's just going to go up to her and like put a hand on her shoulder real quick before she gets too far up. Hey, just we're all trying to help find Nadia here, okay?
She would pause, sort of glancing behind her to look at Warren, and just after a moment say, I know. Thanks.
And you have 2 dice you can add to something.
Let's go.
Like not falling off the water tower.
Yes, like not falling off the water tower. Okay, so here's the thing. It's a water tower. It's tall. You have to climb. That is a move body check.
Okay.
I just made a noise that my push to talk did not pick up, but
Sorry. I didn't hit mute in time for that one.
You're okay. I'm scared.
so move body, right?
Yep, move
fine.
body. Alright. Oh!
Jesus.
Oh! Hold up. 3 successes. Okay. So. Alright, so Lore, you had
Success.
1 success. Okay, cool. Alright. So, Logan. With your bonus successes, you have some options. You can. She goes faster than Laura. That's fine. Okay. You can, impress somebody with your climbing skill, or you can make the decision that like you don't make a lot of noise, and so in a way you kind of do this stealthily. Because otherwise your other option is to give success to another kid, but Laura succeeded, so you don't have to worry about that part. So what would you like to do?
Define impress someone.
Woo me, Logan.
So-
No, kidding.
Yeah, so think of like oh, like basically it's where like Warren or Reese or Sawyer or Lore or whoever else might be in the area might make note of how good you are at that, and they're like, oh, that was cool, all right, and like it's just that little like nice, okay, that sort of situation.
It's only one person, yes?
It says impress someone, but you have 2, so you could technically do 2.
Is that 4 successes?
You did. Oh yeah, no, that's 4 successes. You only needed 1, so you have 3. You have 3. You can impress 3 people. You can impress all of the guys if you want.
Wow, leaving Lore out of it, huh?
I'm just saying the guys.
Don't be straight. No, I'm just kidding.
I am the furthest from it, and you know it.
Bold of you to assume that Logan is straight. Which is actually a pretty fair assumption considering her questionable taste. But we're not going to get into that. I not super concerned about who she's impressing, but I think it would be cool because Logan is not at all the type to go climbing up tall ladders or anything like that, jumping fences, anything like that, so you wouldn't expect her to be familiar with that kind of movement since she's so prim and proper all the time.
Yeah.
But she does manage it surprisingly well. I'm just not sure who to try and impress.
We can do Warren's 1, Lore's 2.
Laura would be impressed, so
So
just
yeah,
makes sense.
so we can go through and just have it be like your teammates are impressed by it and be like, oh,
Crunchy.
Okay, cool. So you guys climb the water tower. I think at this point is actually a good point to take like a quick 5-10 minute break. We've been going for an hour and a half now. Good time to stand up, stretch, get some water, get some snacks, and we will be right back, everyone.
Okay.
Doodles.
And we are back. Welcome back, everyone. Before we took our break, everyone, let's see here, we had Lore and Logan climbing the water tower. Warren and Reese were on the ground still with Sawyer. As you're climbing up, Laura, Logan, both of you realize this is much taller than you anticipated. Like, it doesn't look that tall, but it is quite tall. I had this written down somewhere and I can't find it. Hold on. Typically water towers are like 165 feet tall.
Damn.
So,
Christ.
yeah. So when you think about that, that's quite a height, and you're just
A lot of feet.
yeah. So you're just climbing up that. You get to the top, and it's like the metal grid like slats things, so like water won't pool up there, ice won't form, kind of thing, for safety and grip. And as you're up there, you just see like everything is either like covered in some form of graffiti with like as I said before, like the little padlocks, or Sharpie or spray paint. Looks like somebody took like glitter pins at one part. Like, you name it, somebody has used it in some manner to graffiti the water tower. And you can walk either to the left or over to the right, and do like a full loop around it to look around. Yeah, you have options.
When they get to the top, Lorena's just sizing Logan up, and she's like, "Nice job." Nervous laughter.
Yep, nervous laughter from me. Logan's taking it in stride. She's like dusting off her skirt a little bit because Jesus Christ, yeah, she's wearing a fucking skirt doing this.
Yep, climbing them.
Leggings underneath, but point is skirt. And she'd straighten back up at Laura, kind of give like a weird, "What are you talking about?" kind of face, and then just give like a small shrug, half nod thing. "Thanks." And then turn around. She'd probably actually sniff the air first, following Sawyer's advice to see if they can smell anything fresh.
Okay, so once again, because we're in search stuff, it's all of the rolls. So it'd be like investigate. Yes, investigate rolls for all four of you, technically, because all four of you are looking.
Are Sawyer and Reese and Warren at the bottom, like watching us climb up the entire tower?
I absolutely would.
Warren would have like watched you until you got to the top and then started like looking other places.
Just so you didn't have an incoming teenager falling from the sky.
Yeah, I can definitely imagine Sawyer was definitely like watching, like doing the whole nerd thing of like putting his hand up and like blocking out the sun. There's no fucking sun. And he's just like, yeah, okay, no, they made it up there, sweet. And starts like rummaging around in his pockets for something. Let's see here. So
it's investigate, right?
Detective Warren.
It's investigate, correct. Okay. So Logan definitely doesn't smell anything.
Allergies, her nose is stuffed.
Can't smell anything.
Yeah, she can't smell anything. Lore, you smell that like metallic smell of, or I kind of imagine it as a metallic smell. It might not be the right smell. Of spray paint. It's been too long since.
Smells like ass. I know that.
Chemical.
The chemical smell. Warren and Reese, you also find something, smell something. So who wants to go first? Or like, where were you looking for like Warren and Reese?
Is there any like pathing, like, foot made paths through the like woods surrounding the water towers, or
yeah, there's a like there's like a part of gravel that somehow looks more worn down, like the gravel's not as thick as a specific area, and you can almost see like a dirt path from how well worn it is. One leading from a spot that looks like it could be like a makeshift parking lot, or was at some point, and it kind of leads off into more of like more of the factory-ish area, warehouse area.
so he'd probably just try keeping to the obvious trails and like searching the ground for anything.
Okay. So with that, you would find with your sixth success, you would find a cardigan discarded on the ground. It's nice looking. It wouldn't be... You can't just see somebody just nonchalantly, like, just dropping it. If you were to pick it up, you'd feel it's... my brain says cashmere because my brain's like, oh, pricey. But, like, no, it's just a really nice, fine,
Like, it's obviously, like, quality material.
It's quality material. It not only is it quality material, it looks like somebody has worn it, like, quite frequently. Like, this is like their go-to item kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it just has the ever so slightest hint of like there's some slight dust, mud, dirt on it from how it hit the ground, but otherwise it couldn't have been out here very long.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
If it's Nadia's or somebody from school, and is it possible he would recognize it from seeing it around if it was worn frequently?
You actually might recognize it, yeah. You're not
Would it have
quite
been
sure
Nadia's?
it's Nadia's, but
Okay.
you would recognize it. It's that, like, it's familiar enough that you're like, I know somebody who wears this, but, like, the face is escaping you.
Okay. So he was a little hesitant initially, but then upon recognition, he would pick it up and investigate it before returning back to the group with it.
Did you want to investigate it as in, like, roll another check, or?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
He would examine it while doing so.
Mm-hmm.
So just another investigate then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing really turns up.
Well, it's a cardigan.
It's a cardigan. You're like, yeah, no, some people wear this. Like, yes, this is clothes. People wear clothes. Yes, okay.
The dust's making him sneeze. He can't really
just
pay
like,
attention.
like, I have to ask now. How does Reese do, like, dainty sneezes? Is he, like, a surprisingly loud sneezer?
My
Like,
God.
I need to know this
Does
now.
he do kitten sneezes?
Yeah, like, what kind of sneezer is he? Actually, all of you, I need to know this now, canonically.
Logan
Well, we'll
absolutely
write it on
has
the
kitten
character.
sneezes, and she's so embarrassed by it.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Laura has like that high pitched squeaky sneeze. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know how to describe his sneezes.
like a
Yeah.
or like kitten, like
No, not
That's
that one. the first one.
The idea of
She's never
Lore
quiet about anything.
doing, like, the lines is so funny to me. Okay. What about Warren?
Like, I would say... Oh, sorry.
For Warren, it's like he does the thing that I do where usually you just like hold in a sneeze so you don't actually sneeze, but when he does sneeze, it's like a massive sneeze. Like body goes into it.
Like, whole
hair goes
body.
forward.
I just watched you do that on camera.
Yes. Okay. And Reese?
So it wouldn't be like a dainty sneeze, but not like super obnoxious loud either, but it would be like frequent. Like, it's not just one, like it's a bunch for 10 minutes.
Oh no.
Which is also
hey,
mine.
what's his streak?
Just like,
Has he counted?
But that was unusual.
okay, sorry. I just had to know. I need this. Hey.
I'm sure it'll be super relevant at some point.
At some point,
Canon,
it's gonna be
total
relevant.
face.
sneezing.
Mhm.
It's right there under our height on our character sheet.
Yeah, I need to put that on there. Okay, so, Warren, where were you looking?
So, where is most of the graffiti around this water tower? Is it like mostly on the base of the water tower, or is it?
Yeah, it's kind of along, like, the support structure around like the part that there very obviously was a fence at some point surrounding it, so like the parts of the fence that are still upright are just like covered in it, just layered.
Oh, so not. I was thinking like a chain link fence,
Yeah, there's some chain link fence also.
but hard to graffiti that.
It's hard to graffiti that. I can imagine at some point somebody probably went through and did the thing with like the colored plastic bags and spelt a word in it kind of thing, but that's probably been eroded away like over time. Just like there's even like spray paint on the ground. Like people come here and they just do whatever. Like
Yeah.
you get the impression that like this is where people go to practice their graffiti before they actually graffiti someplace in town.
The training grounds.
Yeah. It's just so easily accessible for everybody.
Yeah, who's gonna stop you? Yeah, Warren was definitely looking around like the main body of the water tower and like maybe the struts around it. If Nadia was seen graffitiing around here, it would probably be kind of more prominent, not like on the backside of a fence or that sort of thing.
Right. Okay, so with your roll, you had gotten 2 6s.
Somehow.
Somehow, some way, with your 4. That's fascinating. So what you managed to find is, like as you're looking around, and you find like a piece of, like part of a manila folder, that had been ripped. Like there's only just part of it on the ground. It's kind of awkwardly placed, like somebody ripped it and it probably fell out of their hand and they just didn't bother to pick it up. But you grab it and it has some things written on it, but it doesn't quite click in your head. It's not readable to you. There's just something off about it where like it looks like a word, but it's not quite a word, but you get the feeling it's important. It looks like it could be notes on something, like somebody's ran out of paper in the folder itself and just said screw it and just started writing on the folder. And let's see here. The writing is that, you know, like when you look at some of the writing from like famous authors and stuff, and it's like it looks elegant somehow, but you know it's just their casual script. It kind of has like that feeling to it of somebody knows calligraphy, somebody knows cursive, knows all of these different fancy writing systems, and they've gotten it so like ingrained in them that they don't know how to write like just basic script anymore. But none of the for some reason the words and everything just don't quite make sense.
It looks like it's in English, right?
Correct.
It's just okay.
Yeah.
Worrying, thanks.
Yeah. Actually, ping me after session, because I didn't finish it and I need to get it to you.
Okay.
One of the numerous things that I have not completed.
Many plates spinning.
Many plates spinning. So many spinning. Okay. And then, Lore, you found something, but Logan didn't. Logan, what are you doing when you're trying to look and being unsuccessful?
This water tower, does the walkway go all the way around it?
Yep, it's a full...
I assume they both went like opposite directions, like Laura went left and Logan went right or something to split it up.
She would have gone in one direction, gone all the way around. Even if she passed by, Laura would have kept going, come back to the spot where she was, looked around, like kind of frustrated that she didn't find anything, and then start going back around again.
Okay. Did you want to re-roll for it?
I mean, I can.
I'm just
if
asking.
Laura found something, like
Yeah,
on Logan's
I'm given an opportunity
second time around, Laura would just grab her arm to stop her from like passing her and be like, "Look."
Okay. So, where you're standing is the really sharp chemical smell of fresh spray paint. And you're looking at the water tower, the side of the water tower, and it's just covered in the various graffiti. Nothing specific stands out to you other than it looks wet, it looks damp, but there's no shape to be seen, there's no like symbol, nothing, it's just damp.
So it's like clear?
Yes.
Yeah, she touches it to see if it's wet.
It's wet. Your hand comes.
So there's something there.
Yeah, your hand comes across in it.
Logan, there's something here, but not? How does that work?
I'd like to note that as soon as Laura had gone to grab her arm, Logan would have pulled away immediately, but would have paused to see what Laura had to offer. Would frown at Laura and then squint at the water tower as well. She'd actually reach out a hand too. Just a finger, just smallest amount of surface contact there.
Yeah, it would be like same with Laura, just like gentle tap to see if it's wet.
You would get the wet, you would get the sticky, tacky feeling on your hand. If you were to smell it, your head would like almost burn with how chemically it smells.
Logan has her other hand, her sleeve up to her nose, as she's standing here.
What do you do?
So this, I'm thinking it glows in the dark. It's not nighttime, right?
It is not. It is about no later than 5 o'clock.
Or UV. I don't
Is it
know
dark
if Laura's
out?
that smart, but
It's very cloudy. It's a very cloudy day.
Logan would take out her phone and shine the flashlight on it just to like see if you could make out anything else with the flashlight.
You can kind of get an idea on where the wet versus dry is, but you can't really see much with how limited the flashlight is.
and Laura like cover like so it's on her fingers. Okay, so she's like, you know when you like try to see something glow in the dark by like covering it with your hands and you're like putting your eye up close to it.
Yeah.
Does she see anything?
Let me double check. Let's see here.
I see you, Gio.
Hold on. This was in my notebook that I've lost. No, it does not glow in the dark.
Maybe we need one of the big brains up here.
Logan like squints at her.
Like the heck
And then
you doing?
gestures like slightly to the water tower. It's wet paint. What the hell else would they be able to do?
No. Oh, we'll just ask Sawyer. He knows everything, right?
Sure.
So Laura
Very
would call down.
unsettling.
Would call down to Sawyer and say, we found something.
You're,
Can't
yeah?
hear you.
Like, yeah?
Yeah, it's invisible, but it's there.
Logan puts a hand to her head at the it's invisible. Like, what do you respond to? Whatever. She's she just doesn't say anything, but she's geez, okay.
Invisible how?
Like there's something there, but you can't see it. Like
Yes, Lore, that's what invisible means.
invisible ink. Like invisible ink. Like the stuff that, like the spy kits and
All being shouted down the water tower.
everyone could hear it.
Warren cups his hands, looks up like he's about to yell something, and then just goes to his phone and texts Logan.
Staring up.
Invisible ink, like lemon juice, lighter invisible ink?
This is texted to Logan and Lore, or just Logan?
Group chat.
Logan would take out her phone, but not respond.
Laura would respond by voice. She'd be like, yeah! Like that.
Well, she'd nudge Lore. It smells like spray paint, though, so it's not lemon juice or whatever.
Well, like that. Okay, it smells like spray paint.
Sawyer, you can see Sawyer shake his head from where he is. Thinks about it, looks at his phone, and then shrugs and says, "I'm coming up." Starts climbing up the ladder. And he makes it up fairly easily. And kind of strides to where you guys are standing, and he's like, "Oh, geez, yeah, no, that's strong smelling."
Logan
Like
couldn't
a blue
smell it.
light, a black light, whatever they call it. The stuff that comes with the spy kits.
Comes with the spy kits.
Logan just rolls her eyes.
Laura definitely had those.
He digs through his pockets. Let's see here. Does he have? He has so much spy kit stuff, guys.
We're so proud of him.
Yeah.
He goes and he pulls out out of his cargo pants, he pulls out one of those heavy duty flashlights, one of those ones that look like you could probably brain somebody with it because they're so heavy. And he clicks a button, clicks again, and then it's a black light. Like the two of you in the Sawyer is the first caller on all of the infomercials. You are correct, sir. Sawyer must have all of the things. And he holds it up, and it's probably not going to show on chat, and that sucks. But yeah, it didn't show. You guys on the water tower see that symbol.
I went to the wrong
It
channel.
looks like
so
an eye. Oh, I've seen this. I've seen this. I've seen this on doors down in the under the ground.
In the under the ground.
I don't know if we call it the maze here yet.
It's been referred to as the labyrinth a couple times.
Okay.
We're edgy.
Does Logan remember seeing this symbol when she was down there? I
don't know if... I don't know if you guys ever actually paid attention to any of the red doors, so probably not. You wouldn't.
Logan just frowns then.
You guys, have you seen it?
She shrugs. Maybe, I don't know.
Sawyer, you know what I'm talking about. Well, probably know what I'm talking about more than I know what I'm talking about, but
Yeah, Sawyer sighs, and says, yeah, no, there's tons of these down there.
that's not a good sign, then.
No, it's not. But what would they do? Why would they be, painting one? They put the symbol on the screen for people. That's the symbol that's painted on the side of the water tower. But he's like, yeah, no, it's never a... I just don't get why the water tower? Like, it's out of here in the middle of nowhere. And why would Nadia be painting it?
Maybe there's a secret door somewhere.
Sawyer kind of shoots you a look, and he's like, I was not expecting that from you, but
I mean,
maybe.
Or maybe there's a path down, like a new maze tunnel path around here. Like, this is some kind of signal. Is it facing the road-ish? Or is it more inward towards the woods?
It is actually facing the road-ish.
But
if you
people would have to be walking by with black lights, so...
They would have to be walking by with black lights or something of that nature to be able to see it from the ground.
Sounds random.
Mm-hmm. So... he sighs, kind of grimaces when he realizes how much of the chemicals he just breathed in. He's like, well, that answers that question. Okay, back to the ground.
Can you shine the flashlight again real quick for me?
Yeah, and he does. And
Logan would snap a photo of it.
Okay.
And then text it to the group.
Alright.
Warren's going to text back, is that what Nadia painted on there?
If it was Nadia.
Should we get rid of it? Question mark, question mark.
Out loud to Lore and Sawyer, she'd say, do we even know how?
Know how what?
To get rid of it.
Sawyer's not part of the group chat, guys.
You think Logan's aware of other people? Jeez.
I know, right? Wow, assumptions.
Do you know what it means, Sawyer?
I have a theory. You know.
What's the theory?
Putting him on the spot.
Yeah, he's like, well, so it's kind of like how to explain? I think it's like a painted version of the red speakers. I don't know how else to explain it. Certain...
The ones that keep people away.
Yes.
Oh, they're trying to keep us away from the water tower?
I don't know. Do you think, really? You think I know any of this? I'm trying to find the missing
not
people.
us, obviously. If they wanted to keep people away from the water tower, they'd just add those actual speaker things.
Maybe, but maybe there's just something. Maybe we should look around more. Maybe there's something here hidden.
Can we borrow that? Logan asks, indicating the black light in his hand.
He turns it off and shrugs and says, yeah, I'll wait to give it to you till we're back on the ground. I don't think you have pockets like mine.
She sort of glances around as if like she was hoping that she'd be able to find something else on the top of the water tower, but then just gives a small sigh and then shrugs. Sure.
All right. Well, I think that's it for up here, but maybe there's more down there. Maybe they're hiding something in the woods. I don't know, but let's check in with... Where's Reese?
Reese is down near Warren, actually.
Oh, he's not in the woods anywhere.
No.
No, he walked back.
Just imagine, like, wait a second.
We've left Reese alone for 2 minutes and he's been captured again.
Oh, there he is. Sorry, didn't see him.
You didn't care when we had to walk to Warren's.
It's not that she didn't care. Don't take it personally, Reese. So I guess they would climb, or at least Lorena would climb down the water tower.
Okay.
Reese has probably shown Warren the cardigan, by the way.
Likewise with the weird folder.
They're staring at each other's clues.
Man, this is strange.
I feel like I've seen that before. Have you?
No. With
In his head, he's just assuming Warren doesn't notice things like he does.
rude.
He's
I'm gonna
kind of
beat
a
up this
judgmental
fucking-
shit.
What did you say?
I'm gonna beat up this child.
Nerd.
Hey, Amber said he has plot armor. Okay.
Good thing I'm not the plot.
Technically, all of you have plot armor. You're all kids in this, and none of you can die.
I just have more.
You could just have more
Trauma armor.
trauma armor.
You all are still filling up your trauma meters.
Once your trauma meter is full, you can engage your trauma ultimate.
My ultimate is ready. It's called a mental breakdown.
Oh my god. And when they meet up with the group,
Yeah, I assume Logan followed Laura down. Okay, and Sawyer would
Yep.
wrap up the party. So now you're all on ground level once again. Ta-da!
nobody fell.
Nobody fell.
Yep.
Yeah, we still have time. So, yeah, Reese is holding this cardigan. Warren has this piece of a manila folder.
Does Logan recognize the cardigan when she sees it?
No,
Hmm.
because Logan doesn't
Interesting.
pay attention to people.
Oh! Ouch.
She would
Ouch.
pay attention to her besties. Just saying.
Their outfits are important.
Yeah, their outfits, they have to coordinate. They can't accidentally
Oh,
wear the same
okay.
thing.
Oh,
They have to
so-
match.
So it looks okay. So you have to coordinate with your besties. Let me think here then.
Just with the besties, that's
Just
it.
with the besties then. For the heck of it, roll me a d20.
Love the spicy rolls.
Nice, I think. We don't know.
We don't know, but it looks good.
Gio,
Maybe.
shut up. Gio, shut up. Gio, shut up.
I said nothing.
You said everything. You think it might be Tallulah's?
Dun dun dun.
Ooh. Fucking bitch, right?
Logan would walk over and like hold her hand out for the cardigan. Let me see that.
He immediately hands it to her.
she would inspect it, going over it, see if there's any like tears or anything, frowning the entire time.
You gotta investigate.
Cool! Roll investigation on the cardigan! Let me double check my stat for that.
While Logan is looking over the cardigan,
Damn.
I told you guys we used all our 6s in the beginning.
Yeah, we did.
Well, you're looking over the
And
cardigan.
she got her 4 6s, and now she's not gonna get any more.
Sawyer hands the black light over to you, Lore.
Thank you.
And asks that you return it when you're done with it, because he only has the one.
Yeah. I'll have to dig out my spy kits.
Oh god.
And I'll have my own.
FYI, I'm giving you those 2 dice I have left from lead to investigate. Just in case there's
Permitted,
anything more
Amber?
hidden.
You're allowed to, yeah.
So do I just roll an extra 2d6?
Yeah, just roll the extra 2.
Darn.
No. How many times have you failed a roll today?
Yeah, you know you can use your like your
Luck.
luck, your
Yeah.
there's a couple different things.
Mm-hmm.
That was meant for Lorena, then we can just scratch that.
Oh, yeah, if that was meant for Laura, then never mind.
If what was
He was-
meant for Laura.
He was
2.
giving you the 2
The
dice.
2d. Yeah.
Oh,
That's why I said that I
okay.
have a blacklight thing.
You
in
know, I will help investigate this cardigan.
No, it's for you to
You
use
don't
it
have
as
to.
a-
For the black
No,
light.
use the
Yeah,
blacklight
for the-
unless you're
for the
blacklighting the
blacklight.
cardigan.
Oh, I mean, can I? Maybe there's some
You
paint
can-
on there.
You know what? You can investigate. And if you get a success, you can determine what you want to use it on. How about that? Whether it's the cardigan or something else.
Just shine that shit everywhere.
Let me remember how many I have for investigate. All right, so I'm adding how many?
Plus 2. 2 additional dice.
So that brings me to 9.
Okay. You have 2 successes.
All right, I guess she will explore the cardigan with the. She's gonna use the black light. She's gonna look in the pockets.
Okay.
She won't steal cash.
Lulu can afford to lose it, it's okay.
That's true.
The cardigan has guys are killing me in chat right now. You guys have so on the cardigan, you find what you think might be blood, actually, like dried blood, in like just off to the side. Whether from a splatter or somebody accidentally injuring themselves, you find, but nothing in the pockets that you can tell. You have another success. You have the 2, so.
I can hang on to that for more investigations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whose is this? She says to Logan, because she seemed to notice it, but she didn't say whose it was out loud, right?
No.
No.
Okay.
I need to remember to respond verbally. Logan wouldn't reply. She'd just snap a photo of the cardigan and then text it to Tallulah. And just she'd specifically try not to get like the location, just a picture of the cardigan itself, and then add a "this yours?"
Logan, whose is this? There's
She looks
blood
up
on
from
it.
her phone. I don't know. It might be Tallulah's.
Might be.
Does that mean they were
I
out
don't
here
monitor
together?
her wardrobe.
Does
So-
that mean Tallulah was out here, or did Tallulah lend this to your
She
friend?
just shrugs and shakes her head. I don't know.
You better.
Better what?
What if? I don't know.
Look, I asked her. We'll find out soon enough.
Reese is low-key, like, I knew it was recognizable and Warren didn't notice. To himself.
Gotta pat himself on the back for that.
Exactly, mentally.
Warren
course.
is not close with the Tallulah group.
Well, neither is Reese.
All right, so it's Tallulah's, but maybe it was borrowed.
I don't know. I don't know if it is.
How much blood is on the cardigan, Amber?
Like, think like, you know, when you first injure your hand and it just bleeds everywhere? Think like that.
Okay, so not like a lot. Where did you find this? Reese.
Oh, sorry. It was along the path. He points back towards the gravel dirt path.
I think
It
we
was
should
on the
follow it.
ground, like somebody dropped it, or it got pulled off of somebody, or it slipped off of their waist if they had it tied. I'm not sure.
Logan, you get a text back saying, maybe? You know how big my closet is? I'll have to look.
Logan would sigh a little bit, and then text again. Did Tallulah ever respond to the message of someone might have seen Nadia?
It was more, that message was, or the response was more of like a series of question marks and a, what do you mean? Like, where? Like, just asking questions. Definitely one of those, you know that, like, if you had given, like, any hint it was the water tower, like, Tallulah would have been here, like, as fast as she could have possibly gone. Probably, like, sped, like, ran through stoplights, like, anything, like, just zero chill.
I love her. Logan would ask, it was at the water tower. Were you here recently? Were you there recently? Corrected. She would have said there, not here.
Ah, okay. Tallulah says, let me get back to you on that.
What do you mean?
Oh, is inspires confidence.
WDYM.
Uh,
Question mark.
she doesn't respond. Did you want to look around the area with the black light?
That sounds good.
Okay. I didn't want to plan.
Logan-
I didn't know if you had said you were going to, and I just missed it, or.
Logan is
I'll
not
show
letting go of
around
that
a little
cardigan,
bit.
by the way. She's clutching that thing.
Warren's probably going to put the weird folder piece just like inside of his jacket. Just keep it a little bit hidden. Keep it secret. Keep
Tuck
it
it
safe.
away.
Oh,
Secret, keep it
interesting. You're not sharing with the class?
I mean, you saw that Warren had it.
That's
Logan
true.
doesn't care.
Reese said that he's already seen it.
Mm. Interesting.
Logan's too focused on the cardigan to notice.
Yeah, we'll bug him later about it. All right, do I roll investigate?
You already have that one success if you want to
Okay,
use it.
so yeah, she's gonna look around with the black light with her eyes as well.
Okay.
Just in general.
With the black light, you see a faint trail of blood in the gravel and leading from I do not appreciate your sarcasm. No. Looking, yeah. So leading from where Reese had found the cardigan and kind of along the gravel. Do you follow it?
Yeah. And I look at the others while I'm kind of following it, and I'm like, "There's more blood."
Sawyer
Another-
sticks with you, and he's like, "Well, that's not. Well, hopefully, people are okay." And just kind of
Logan's following.
Yeah, of course.
And as you walk, you see the blood kind of get more and more closer together, or more often. And you walk past, you kind of skirt past the water tower, and you start heading more towards the wooded area. But in the process of doing so, you have to go over a knockdown portion of the fence that had been around the water tower. But the blood seems to stop here, underneath the fence. You shine it around, and it doesn't go beyond this section.
So this is like a wooden. Did you say it was a wooden fence, like planks?
Yeah, think
You can't see under it.
No.
Laura's gonna lift that up.
You're gonna need a body force check.
Okay. She'd also be like, guys, help me. Let me.
Logan's not helping.
Logan's not doing anything.
Logan's not helping unless
You know,
the other
understandable.
the others
Warren would
also
help.
need it.
Who wants to look at the end of a blood trail?
Find another dead body, why don't you?
Right, it might be the start of the blood trail.
True.
That's true.
You generally
text
bleed
message.
more first.
Reese would go to help her if she asked for help, but everyone, you have
I
nothing
didn't
in
mean
body.
you shrimp. Nobody.
Or
Well, I got 3 successes anyway.
All right.
She's just
Help
lifting
me,
it
help
before he can
yourself.
get there.
Warren's
He
coming
stays
over
out
to
of our
help,
way.
and it just flips up.
It's lighter than you expected.
Okay.
It was just stuck under something, and as soon as you got it out from that underneath that little one wedge, it just shot up.
And as you move it out of the way, you see a trapdoor, red, painted with that same symbol on it. It looks exactly like those doors that Alex had warned you away from. And Sawyer heaves a sigh. And he's like, fucking course. And shakes his head.
Okay, I really did Nancy Drew this shit.
What does it mean?
Someone hurt themselves and they went in there, or someone was taken there. I don't know. What do you think?
Or they came out from there.
That's true. Either way, it's not good.
Logan's gonna ignore what they're saying. And
you, Logan.
she is going to crouch down and start trying to open the hatch.
Okay.
Warren is going to try her because he does not understand that this might be a bad idea.
Logan doesn't care.
Nobody has warned Logan. Nobody has warned Warren.
Alright, as you both go to touch it, and like the faintest tips of your fingers, like not even actually like just that sensation of your skin touching it, not even actually touch, you know that feeling, you get like that, like a static shock, but everything seems to freeze for a moment. Your vision goes white. Everything hurts. It's echoey. And there's this idea or feeling that something knows you intimately.
Uncomfortable. Guys, you're not supposed to touch that.
Logan can't hear that. She's too busy reeling back. I want to say she probably even like just out of shock fell back because she was crouching and not very well balanced. Of course not. Would have fallen back and is just kind of sitting there like her eyes shut, trying to clear her head.
Warren stumbled back a good 2-3 paces and dropped into a clumsy, really bad, but clearly trying to be a fighting stance at that sensation.
Trying to fight the door. Wait, did Logan fall on her ass?
Yeah.
Can Lore catch her?
Oh.
Lore, with your extra successes, yeah, you could totally catch Logan if you want to catch somebody who's been bad-mouthing you all session.
By no means, you are under no obligation to do so.
It was like she wanted to watch her fall, but then she grabs her right before she does anyway.
It wouldn't have been like a bad fall, like she was already crouching down trying to open the thing, so it just would have been like a teeter backwards.
It's okay.
But yeah, no, compared to up on the water tower, Logan does not shrug away from the touch. And it's just sitting there like, what the fuck was that?
Sawyer goes and grabs the piece of fence that Lore had moved off of the door, the hatch door, and moves it back over the hatch door. And he's like, this is why we don't touch red doors. And he looks at the both of you, well, out of all of you, but makes a point of making eye contact with Logan and Warren. And it's like, this is how the invisible thing gets you. And it is now very much aware of your existence.
Shit.
Unless you've been frequently in Red Acre, you probably were okay.
You mean the invisible thing that always seems to be chasing, well, you?
Yeah, that thing. He kind of crosses his arms, stands, kind of balances mostly on one leg. And he's a huge sigh, and he's like, so I'm gonna ask that you guys not leave your house tonight. Just to be safe. And he kind of looks up at the sky and then looks down at his phone, and he's like, yeah, you have time. Okay. You guys are gonna go home.
Time for what?
You're gonna go home. He talks over you. And you are not going to leave your house.
Will we be safe in our house?
Yes. Because I'm gonna make sure it has no reason to go visit you.
Sawyer.
No. You're
you
not
can't-
pulling
no.
that
Sawyer?
shit again.
He laughs and he's like, no, I don't think you understand. I do this all the time.
No.
I do it for fun. Okay? I just have more reason to be extra chaotic tonight. And hopefully, heaven forbid something happens, but if it does, then maybe we'll learn that actions have consequences.
She's just glaring at Sawyer.
His grin is showing all of his teeth. It's not even like a grin anymore. It's more of like something almost feral. And he's like, so go home. And we will talk about this another time. I'll see what information I can get you. Get more information on Nadia and about how long this freaking door's been here. But go home. And if you're not home, I can't guarantee you'll be safe.
Logan glances back at the door and she really wants to get away in there, but like she gives a fine and would turn away and start walking back to the car, not waiting for anyone.
Warren like finally gets up from his like half feral stance and just kind of gives a glare at Sawyer, but then he tries to like hide it real quick, going back to his calm, cool, collected face, and following Logan quickly.
I think I know what voice claimed you, Sawyer.
Sawyer blinks and he's like, whatever do you mean?
You know, the whole self-sacrificing, protecting people. Well,
Oh.
guessing from the name, you know, Sentinel.
He laughs and he's like, no, that one's not mine.
Oh, it isn't? Oh, that's right.
No,
I
Sentinel's
actually
not
I knew.
mine.
Oh,
No.
That's right. I did guess right before, and I forgot. That's Alex's. Well, they also do that.
Sawyer thinks about it, and he's like, I guess if you have to give a name to the one that I work with,
Yeah.
I'm kind of fond of the name Curio.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Interesting.
but you know, it works. When you know him, it works. But he kind of like lightly shoves you. And when I say lightly, it's lightly for him, but for you, you kind of stumble. Because he's so big.
Massive.
He's just massive. And he's like, now go home. If you don't... Actually, text me when you get home. Text somebody, one of us, when you get home. So I at least can confirm that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Thank you, Reese.
Be careful.
You too. And he just kind of watches as you guys leave.
Yeah.
Logan's walking ahead and she has her arms crossed and she is not happy about this as she's walking.
Important question. Does Logan take the shotgun?
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Absolutely. No, she doesn't wait for anyone. She just goes for the passenger side. She just goes for it. She's not waiting.
So Laura's like, I knew it. She got there first. But she'd get in the back seat with no complaints.
Yeah, like after Logan got there, it was like Warren was like only a second or two behind, and Logan, you just see Warren kind of he kind of pulls the car door open a little bit forcefully, kind of slams down into his seat, and immediately his hands just go up to the wheel, and he gives one deep breath, and then he just kind of tries to go back to calm, cool, collected, Warren.
She notices this out of the corner of her eye, but does not make any comment.
So Reese and Laura joined the cars like after they finished with Sawyer, just a minute or so after the two of them.
Mm-hmm. Logan, you're able to see that Warren takes out a small pack of matches from his jacket pocket and just shoves them in the car door little pocket thing on the side before he starts the car.
Also noticed out of the corner of her eye, doesn't say anything.
Okay, keep your secrets.
Okay. And you all head...
Wait, did Laura buckle up?
No. No.
So Reese is looking at her like, your seatbelt.
What?
Oh my god.
What do you... I don't have to wear a seatbelt. I'm an adult, kind of.
Yeah.
I'm almost an adult.
You get to choose to be thrown from the windshield and move on for a car accident. Fine.
Oh my god.
Logan snorts very quietly in the front seat.
You are under the age limit, but we don't have to talk about it.
So, once we've driven for like a minute or two and are like out of immediate sight of the water tower, Logan just kind of Warren just kind of glances over his shoulder to like Logan, Lore, and Reese, who's sitting behind him, so he can't get a good look at him, and is like, "So, want to hang at my place tonight?"
Yeah, actually, I think that's a really good idea. I mean, I was thinking splitting up, it felt dangerous, more dangerous than necessary, and if something goes wrong, we'll all be there.
Slumber party?
Logan had sat up a
Call
little
it
bit
that.
when Warren offered the hangout at my place tonight, and then like sunk back in her chair a little bit when Laura said slumber party.
You. You don't want to give her anything.
But Logan, not looking at the other two, just gives a small shrug and a sure, let me just text. And she trails off and she'll pull out her phone.
Nice.
He also would get his phone to reach out to his parents.
Imagine
That's
texting
not
your
who Logan is.
Nope.
Warren
Logan,
does
are you
not
texting
text
your
him
boyfriend?
Logan, she's not trying to hide her phone. She pulls up her messaging app, and she does initially pull up Eric's messages, pauses, swipes out of them, and then doesn't end up sending anything and texts her parents that, hey, I'm going to be spending the night at Eric's.
Laura is kind of like leaning forward and staring at her phone screen.
Logan would notice that, look behind
she would-
her, and then move her phone away. What the fuck?
Laura would like jerk back the second she started turning, but it's too late.
Read your
I was
own
just
messages,
curious.
jeez.
I don't have to text anyone.
Just Logan shrugs. Good for you.
You don't have anybody to text?
She probably won't be home, and she'll probably just think I'm sleeping when she does get home. My mom, I'm talking about. Yeah, I guess I could tell Wyatt I'm gonna have a slumber party with Logan.
Logan rolls her eyes in the front seat, doesn't say anything.
At Lorena's, a little, yeah, they probably won't be home. Warren just kind of gives this small little nod. I
The
still focus
nod.
on the road, of course.
The
We
nod
do
for
not
the
text
rear
and
view.
drive.
Yes, we do.
We
not.
promote good practices on this
Mm-hmm.
TTRPG.
Safe practices like touching the warded red doors.
All right, and with
Yes.
that, we're actually going to call the session here.
Okay.
All right. Say goodbye to
Nice.
chat.
Thank you all for coming. Have a good
Yeah,
night.
Bye, chat.
Have a good night. Thanks for coming.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching session 1 of Better Than Paradise's Side Dawn. Join us Wednesday for session 1 of Side Dusk, or in 2 weeks for session 2 of Dawnside. Thank you. Let's see here. Let's just go through the list, shall we? Thank you, Finch, for playing Logan. Thank you, Gio, for playing Warren. Thank you, Stasi, for playing Lore. Thank you, Medusa, for playing Reese. Thank you all so much for watching. This episode will be posted on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, and Google Podcasts sometime this week. If you want to brainstorm some things, we have spoilers and speculations in the Discord. We also have Twitter accounts to follow, different things you can use to share your enthusiasm for the situation and the horror upcoming. Stay tuned for some credits and neat music created by Drummer Boy, and we will see you again next time. Goodbye!